virtue of his 2 pole positions this year. And a victory today would vault him from a lowly 16th place in the championship well up into the top 10. Little twitch there in the clearways corner for Bruno Junqueira. He too is under some pressure. You see, he's running with the #1 on the nose of his car, put there by his boyhood friend and go-karting rival Cristiano Damada, who won the championship last year for the Newman Haas team. They're 4th as a team in Champ Car racing, and everyone thought Bruno Junqueira would be the man to beat this year. But he has struggled to get a good qualifying position and has yet to win. Now let's get more on Oriol Servia's situation. To pit or not to pit? Calvin Fish.
Well, that's the big question, of course, here with Jim McGee. Can you make it, Jim? I know that the Herders team are very close. What's Oriol's situation on fuel?
No, we're okay. We're in good shape. We can make it. No problem.
Are you telling me the truth?
Oh, yeah. I wouldn't lie to you.
That's an experienced poker face on Jim McGee. He's been doing this for over 40 years. And basically, he comes into this race undefeated at Brands Hatch. He won with Rick Mears back in 1978. There is Carl Haas. Cigar always at the ready, watching what could be the third 1-2 finish for this team in less than a year. Last year, Cristiano Damada and Christian Fittipaldi, who drove the car now in the hands of Sebastian Bourdais, finished 1-2 at both Laguna Seca in Monterey, California, and Miami, Florida.
And Bourdais has closed the gap back up to Tagliani, and in turn has stretched back out a little bit over Bruno Junqueira. The gap now 4.1 seconds. So chances are Tagliani is running quick enough that Bourdais will not have to try to force his way by.
7 laps to go. 6 next time by the flag stand for Sebastian Bourdais.
This is actually a tough time in a race for a leader. You have so much adrenaline in the early stages when he was battling with Tracy, trying to get the mileage and so forth. Now he's only got 6 laps to go. Things are pretty much in hand. He's not forcing the pace because he can't go anywhere with Tagliani in front of him. Sometimes it's hard to keep your concentration. And worse yet, if you have to turn the speed back on, it's not as easy as just switching back on mentally like that. And you don't realize how tired you are until the adrenaline stops. The steering wheel and paddock right here, always heavy, will seem especially heavy if the adrenaline shuts off.
Much was made of the fact that Sebastian Bourdais took pole in the first 2 races of his career, something only Nigel Mansell had done previously when Mansell went to the championship in his rookie year of 1993. On the left of your screen, these were the woes of Sebastian. At St. Petersburg, Florida, he took pole position, but a flawed pit stop strategy led to a rookie mistake when he tagged the wall with the left rear. And then on to round 2 at Monterey, Mexico. Same thing. Pole position, poor choice of pit strategy, trying to make up ground. He crashed the car. Now in round 4, he has a chance to win, and it would be the quickest win for a rookie since Scott Dixon of New Zealand won in his 3rd start at Nazareth, Pennsylvania back in 2001. Laps to go for Sebastian Bourdais. His gap to his teammate Bruno Junqueira, 7.3 seconds. I'm still astonished that we have had as few yellow flags as we've had today. Just 2, not including the wave off in the first attempt to start the race. A grand total of 6 laps of caution.
Well, there's an interesting thing about this track. Because there is so little runoff area, what was leading us to think there might be a lot of cautions. In a way, almost works the opposite way. Because there's no margin, you have, if you want to run 165 laps, you have to back off a couple of clicks and just be safe under braking into Druids. And so, obviously, most of the guys have done that because we've had, Jung was the only guy off. We had the little tangle between Fernandez and Ryan Hunter-Reay, but the guy's giving lots of respect to this Brands Hatch circuit.
White flag this time by for Sébastien Bourdais, who has quickly become a valued member of this Newman Haas team. The crew loves him. They call the Frenchman Kermit. And he has been very gracious in accepting the bitter disappointment of his first 3 races in the series. And now it's all going to come good. It'll be the first victory this season for the Newman Haas team, a team that has won at least 1 race in 19 of the last 20 seasons. The only time in all of that streak they failed to win a race, 1994, ironically the year after Nigel Mansell won the championship for them. To the line and under the checkered flags comes Sébastien Bourdais. Unofficially finishing in 2nd place will be his teammate Bruno Junqueira in a Newman Haas 1-2. Earlier you saw Carl Haas, his co-owner, actor and racing driver Paul Newman will be so pleased for his young rookie Mario Dominguez. You watch finish 3rd, a great run for the Mexican. And Sébastien Bourdais is just screaming on the radio. What happened to that cool, calm Frenchman? There's Darren Manning driving by and saluting his fellow rookie. What a day for Sébastien Bourdais. Here's a look at the final results. Victory for Bourdais in only his 4th start, and Bruno Junqueira in 2nd means a 1-2 finish for the Newman Haas team, and a great run for Mario Dominguez in 3rd. His teammate Roberto Moreno finished 7th after starting 12th. A great day for the Erdes competition team. Frenchman Patrick Lemarié finishes in 11th after starting 17th. Adrian Fernandez would have been much higher but for that crash damage after he came together with Ryan Hunter-Reay, who comes home in 16th place, and his teammate Jimmy Vasser suffered the disappointment of a breakdown on lap 1. Moments ago, this was Sébastien Bourdais celebrating his victory with the time-honored smoking donuts invented by Alex Zanardi. Let's hear from our winner with Derek Daly.
You have to be a happy man. Your 4th champ car start. You were very close in the first 2 races of the year, but finally you make it all happen and win.
Yeah, we made it. I mean, it's been a really team strategy and driver correlation history, because we had to save fuel all the time if we were to do only 2 green stops, and that's what we did. We've been able to save even more fuel than all the others, and so we just stayed on the track and continued to lap pretty quickly during that time, and it just worked perfectly. I just have to thank everybody. My lady car was perfect. Newman Haas did a great job. It's just fantastic.
As a Frenchman, do you like champagne?
Yeah, I think I will appreciate that a lot.
I bet you. Go and enjoy some. Calvin?
Teammate also had a great run here today. Bruno Junqueira, 2nd, 3rd time on the podium this year. Good points with Tracy moving out, but tell us the story of the race today for you.
The race was okay. I mean, I've been trying to save fuel, and Tracy was saving fuel, same as Sebastian, and we just couldn't get 1 lap more. Then we lost the race there. I don't know. It wasn't like the other races that who the fastest guy win the race. I think me and Tracy and Sebastian rode the same pace, but the thing of save fuel wasn't the most exciting, but that's the way it was. Shame for Tracy that had a problem. I don't know what's happened. I think the engine blew, but I mean, it's quite good to get another podium, get more points. I still have to win some races this year, but I think you came soon.
Well, a great run for Bruno. They're certainly hoping that the low downforce configuration will work for them in Germany next week. Let's get back to Double D, Derek Daly.
Well, a man who's going to make Keith Wiggins, who's from England, of course, and the team owner, very happy is Mario Dominguez. You won in Australia last year, but is it fair to say this is a more satisfying result for you?
Of course, this is a hard-earned result. This is a result that I earned myself. You know, the last time the team did a great job, but this we all did it. We've been working hard all season. We've been looking for this, and the hardest competition teams deserve this result. Like, you won't believe how much. They're a great group of guys.
I agree. Wave that flag there. Come on, lift that flag. Mario Dominguez on the podium.
The Mexican flag proudly waved by Mario Dominguez. We'll be back in a moment to wrap things up from the Brands Hatch Circuit, a glorious first running of the London Champ Car Trophy. Stand by for more from England.
Own a timeshare? Sell it for cash. In the last 6 months, over $1 billion in vacation timeshares have been sold industry-wide. Now's the time to sell or rent your property for cash. Don't wait and pay another maintenance fee or tax bill. Call right now and receive your free information kit to buy, sell, or rent your timeshare, campground membership, or vacation property for cash. Call now and place your property for sale.
Call 800-318-6499. That's 800-318-6499.
And by Ford. If you haven't looked at a Ford lately, look again.
Back at Brands Hatch, this was the happy scene on the podium as Sebastian Bourdais, Bruno Junqueira, and Mario Dominguez spray each other with champagne. The traditional winner's celebration, spraying the champagne, actually started by Dan Gurney at Le Mans back in the 1960s. Here's a look at the championship point standings as a result of today's race. Paul Tracy, as we mentioned, remains the leader, but Bruno Junqueira closes up to within 11 points of him. Michel Jourdain and Adrian Fernandez remain third and fourth. Jimmy Vasser drops all the way from 5th to 10th, and with his victory, Sebastian Bourdais leaps from 16th to 6th in the championship, just 38 points behind leader Tracy. Time for final thoughts. Let's begin with Calvin Fish.
Bob, I think Sebastian Bourdais' engineer Craig Hampson said it best. The new pit rules actually simplified things and eased the way for Sebastian's first win. But I think the real key here is for Sebastian and the rest of the field is that they broke Paul Tracy's momentum in this season. Derek?
Yeah, something certainly did break in Paul Tracy. But I want to make sure we don't gloss over the performance by the Herdez team. This is a two-car team this year as opposed to a one-car team last year. It's run by Keith Wiggins. And Mario Dominguez, when we saw the type of speed from him earlier this season, we thought it might be a fluke. They showed today they are a real team, a real two-car team. And I think we look forward to more great performances from that team for the rest of this season.
All right, thanks, gentlemen. Tommy Kendall, your final thoughts.
Well, I think myself, like a lot of people, would have liked to have seen Paul Tracy's streak continue. It's a phenomenal accomplishment to string them together like that. He'll obviously went out in a blaze of glory, though. Lots of fire and smoke. But he will, the pressure's off now, and he'll hopefully try to start a new streak tomorrow in Germany. But Sebastian Bourdais, what can you say? In a time where things French are not very popular, if you like driving skill, commitment, and bravery, you've got to love Sebastian Bourdais.
And spare a thought for the native Brit, Darren Manning, who came into this home race in front of his countrymen, hoping for much better than he got. A 10th place finish. And as you could see, it was a very eventful day for Darren Manning. So for Tommy Kendall, Derek Daly, and Calvin Fish, I'm Bob Varsha saying so long from Brands Hatch Circuit in England, where Sebastian Bourdais has won the London Champ Car Trophy. Join us tomorrow at 1 p.m. Eastern Time as CBS Sports coverage of the Bridgestone Presents the Champ Car World Series powered by Ford continues from the Euro Speedway Lausitz at the German 500. Coming up next, the PGA Tour on CBS takes you to the Quail Hollow Club in Charlotte, North Carolina for coverage of the inaugural Wachovia Championship. We'll see you tomorrow from Germany. This has been a presentation of CBS Sports.